Welcome to UN headquarters. Welcome back to the Joint SDG Fund. Craig, delighted to continue this momentum, right? Talking about blended finance, talking about how a fund within the United Nations with public monies can actually help de-risk private sector investments along with other vertical funds like the Green Climate Fund. Tell me, what's been happening since we met in Sevilla? I know there's a lot of momentum.
Well, a lot of momentum, including with the UN SDG Fund. We talked a little bit in Sevilla, in hot Sevilla, about Mali and the opportunity for geologic hydrogen, natural hydrogen to work to revitalize an economy, add to food security by making basically fertilizer, which is lacking. And we've made progress. I mean, you've talked in the past about how important the local government and national government support is. The Malian government is very excited and has it as part of its national plan, energy plan, to work on this resource, which Mali can be a showcase to the world, will be. It's the only place today where geologic hydrogen is actually powering something. It's been proven. It's powering the lives of about 45,000 people. The reserves, we think, are immense there. And so we're working together to enable that to be expanded in Mali and related areas, and with a Malian geologist who's one of the leading geologists in the world. So that's an incredible, in this area. Yeah. It's very much a local project with a beacon because we need geologic hydrogen.
Right. No, I think the use case opportunities for geologic hydrogen are tremendous. We know that hydrogen can produce ammonium, which can be used for fertilizer, and we know that food security is a huge issue in the Sahel, in the regions there. There's also this opportunity for electrification, which of course helps people connect to the grid, which allows for enhanced financial inclusion. I mean, the spillover effects of energy, right, really can't be overstated. Craig, how do you see the role of Pegasus? You know, it is really a unique story, and you started to tell us a bit about it in Sevilla. How this firm and all the expertise you have, and the more I learn, the more amazed I am at how you're working in so many different countries, working with public development banks, the IFIs, the DFIs. What would you say most excites you about the work of Pegasus? What is it that could inspire others who might be looking at the impact space and wondering how could they possibly work in Mali? You know, I think many who are listening just downtown from our offices might not believe they could find a return on investment in Mali. How does Pegasus make that happen? It's a clever formula, I believe, that you've
we have a blended finance model in a number of our funds, including 2 funds anchored by the Green Climate Fund. So we try to de-risk, but a lot of it's fundamental work, understanding in depth what we're doing. Hydrogen, you go slowly, but you start with the best people. You try to work with someone like the SDG Fund to provide initial capital. But then, we've been looking at this for 3 years, and we've met with experts, and we're very focused on end use. So technology or new solution, innovation's key, but you have to have off-takers. And we know, as you mentioned in Mali, the needs are there. There's energy, there's fertilizer. So what most excites me, and I think what makes us different, is a commitment to ecosystem investing, which means you have to work with local partners, local governments, national governments, but go in depth and make sure you're covering all the winners and potential losers with what you're doing. Because that will create opportunities for Mali, an example of doing cold storage. If you have power, if you put in agriculture, how do you keep things so you don't have waste? So we really come with that approach. So one of the things that excites me in Mali is, and we've looked in the whole West Africa region, is fonio. Fonio is an incredibly nutritious crop. It's low glycemic. It's a small grain, a little smaller than couscous, incredibly tasty, and it's drought resistant. In an area where being drought resistant is rather critical. There are some issues in terms of processing and then transportation, which we're working on. But you have to come with a sort of a comprehensive strategy to get the fonio, clean the fonio, process it, get it to market, and at the same time bring costs down to process.
It's interesting, Craig, because in the development world, if you don't look at the ecosystem in which you're trying to solve one of the sustainable development goals, you'll fail, right? They're all interconnected. It seems to me that we're both defining success through that entirety of stakeholders, entirety of who you impact, who's needed.
So we have a bunch. One of the companies we're talking a project with the SDG fund about is a company that takes broadband and without using satellites, without using fiber optics, can actually get broadband to rural areas, to cities where it's not necessarily the buildings aren't wired, and do it very efficiently. Energy efficiency, which means cheaper. Right. And it's a wonderful company. We've been working also with UCLGA, given their local content.
Right.
And the starting point is to do this and to pilot in Kisumu,
right,
in Kenya.
Right.
But this is a solution which should be throughout
right,
Africa. And
right,
it is just expands. I mean, this is about
right,
benefiting from the internet, benefiting from data, whether it's on
right,
farms,
right,
whether it's in schools. So it's
right,
really critical.
Right.
And we know in Africa how important the cell phones become.
Right.
So
Right.
the key with having the cell phone is to make sure you have faster data connection,
Right.
faster abilities to look at what's going on around you, weather forecasting. So we're really excited about this.
Well, what I love about the initiatives you're looking at is that they completely align with the priorities of the fund, digital transformation being one of the key transitions that has been identified with those spillover effects for so many SDGs, right? You have financial inclusion because now you have access to M-Pesa, which of course is the mobile wallet that is used throughout the region. So access to information, access to
Healthcare.
Yep.
I mean, if
exactly.
the ability to do remote healthcare.
That's right.
Have a city hospital
That's
look
right.
at somebody. It's
Yeah.
transformational.
Right.
And right now, existing fixed infrastructure will take you so far.
Really excited to see how this aligns with so many of the global government strategies in Kenya, which already have a vision for more connectivity beyond, I believe, the 40% that they have now. These outer-lying provinces, it's a challenge.
And this is a game changer. And this actually started, it's a company with someone from Korea, someone from England, someone from America.
Right.
And it's being used rurally
Right.
in the United States.
Right.
And with tremendous success.
Right.
So I think it has the potential to be transformational. And
Fantastic.
I look forward to working with you and SDG
Craig,
to make sure we get this done.
Absolutely. Really looking forward to the coming weeks as we kind of ramp up to the General Assembly and possible engagements here during Climate Week and ways that we can continue to advocate. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank
Wonderful
you.
to
And
see
thanks
you.
for all you and your team do.
Same.